In a year of telling you powerful stories of people overcoming the challenges presented by COVID-19, we have never come across one like this. Spectrum News 1 reporter Patrick Thomas joins us now. Patrick, what sets this story apart?
Sharon, today Lorelei Colbert is celebrating her 29th birthday, knowing she will have a double mastectomy tomorrow morning. But her story is much bigger than the breast cancer that put her on the operating table.
If you're joining in, my name is Lorelei Colbert, and I am so grateful to come and talk to you live this evening.
Lorelei Colbert is raw.
It was kind of a hard week. Triple negative breast cancer is a beast.
Vulnerable.
It's very easy to say, I'm going to sit this one out.
And full of so much inspiration.
If you count yourself out too soon, you don't know what else is in your heart to give.
She's always open about living with breast cancer.
Is kind of stemming from that, and it's together we are better.
And she calls these weekly Facebook and Instagram live streams.
I think everyone could just use a little bit of joy. So even on your toughest days, a favorite holiday, savor that moment.
Her Monday motivations.
And it's so important to keep going. Even if you think it's the end, give it your all. There's no reason that when you hit a goal, you stop. When you hit a goal, you set a new goal. And of course, my overlying goal from all of this is to beat cancer.
She is how Swagger looks,
and it's make an impact, seize the day. Like, I love that mentality. It
feels, and sounds.
If you could be thrilled to get chemo, I am thrilled to get chemo, to finish this regimen and kick this cancer.
Now hold on a second, let's stop and wind back the clock.
Here we go.
All the way back to September 15th, when she and her husband were moving to Japan for his role in the Army. So to meet all relocation requirements, she needed a physical at the hospital on the Fort Bragg military base. And she also voluntarily chose to receive a breast screening.
It's because that's what completely changed my life, was by finally going to get my appointment.
Stamping a passport in the land of the rising sun would have to wait. She was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer.
At the end of the day, this is potentially the hardest battle of my life that I might face at 28.
Her best friend, Abby Grosso, picks up the story from here.
Now I'm going to add being a cancer survivor to my resume. Like, that's one of the first things she said after telling me she got diagnosed.
So, Grosso left her home in New Jersey to look after her best friend in Southern Pines, North Carolina.
It's not bringing us closer together, but it would have brought us farther apart if I wasn't here for all these little things day to day.
All this made Colbert pause and think.
How do I want to face this in my own way?
See, one thing you'll learn about Colbert is she practices gratitude. Her courageous heart stirs up a lot of ideas. So day one of chemotherapy, October 19th, also became day one of the Chemo to Kindness Challenge.
In this crazy time, please help uplift me with acts of good.
She set a goal of 1,600 acts of kindness for 16 weeks of treatment.
And you can sit in that chemo chair and you can sulk that you're getting chemo, or you can dig deep and find gratitude for all the amazing people in your life.
Then she made a website aptly titled LoreleiColbert.com for people to submit random acts of kindness.
Going through cancer and chemo during COVID is one thing, and asking others to do acts of kindness around the world in a time of a global pandemic is another.
And boy, like water out of a faucet did they come pouring in.
I loved this one. This one was from Canada, someone I don't know.
The 29-year-old reads every single one.
My husband helps take care of a neighbor who's paralyzed and in a wheelchair.
These stories of human compassion feed her soul. It's why a friend will send her a video like this.
The acts of kindness just boost your spirits today and for the next many weeks. Love you, girl.
Strangers do too.
Hi, Lorelei. We're thinking of you and keep kicking butt. Love the Rockettes. Bye.
She tells me it's how she got through the tough times.
I still was nauseous and out of it, and if anything I've learned from this is to appreciate the smallest things.
Being real about how she feels matters.
But I will tell you, if it's a hard week, with the launch of the challenge, it was to impact as many people as we could during this time.
Happy Monday from week 16.
We've made it here.
During the last week of the Chemo to Kindness Challenge is when she hit her mark.
I'm so pleased to share with you all that we exceeded the initial goal of 1,600 acts.
Thank you so much for all the love and support.
And this is only the beginning.
This is about impacting other people, connecting with others in the world, being the change, seizing the day. Usually get this all ready the night before.
After this night, she won't pack a bag for chemo treatments. This is the last time she has to do it.
Always have a hat in case my bald head gets cold.
She invites me into their home in early February.
And then I put in the blanket.
How does it feel to pack this for the last time?
Amazing. I'm so pumped. I am so grateful that we're here at round 8 of chemo.
The couple is so happy to make it this far.
The doctor showed us the before and after mammogram from September to October. You can barely see a mass. You don't see anything.
As she looks back at him,
We were both elated.
absolutely.
We share the excitement because we are 100% in this journey together.
After everything she has been through, so is the rest of the world. So these are two of my favorites I've read, and you can also find them on LorelaiColbert.com. All you got to do is go over here to the Acts tab, click on it, and simply scroll on up a little bit. Boom, this one right here. I love this. A family sent this in. They tipped an extra $20 because they overheard their waitress at dinner New Year's Eve saying the restaurant's going to shut down because of COVID, and so they decided to do a good deed. All right, but my favorite of all was this one. And this will break your heart a little bit, but it's the whole reason why Lorelai Colbert actually did something like this. Check this one out. So this person or a couple, whoever it was, they say they passed by a family that was selling household and children's items because they lost jobs due to COVID. So they bought 2 of those children's bicycles from them and then immediately handed them right back. And see, that speaks to the beauty of what she was going for. The whole goal was about asking total strangers to dig deep for each other, to find the guts it takes to change the lives of people they'll likely never meet for the better, and we'll keep you updated on how Lorelai is doing.